Tracy McGrady was one of the most prolific players of his generation and one of my favorite players after Kobe growing up, but he never won anything. He didn't have the teammates. He didn't have the firepower. He did have Yao Ming, but honestly, it wasn't, Yao Ming was always injured, unfortunately. So what we're going to do today is give Tracy McGrady the best player from the Orlando Magic, and that's going to be with Shaquille O'Neal. So we're going to see how well Tracy McGrady does with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not going to do Penny because I'm just going to give him one. I don't want to make it too easy. You know what I mean? And see how many championships they can go ahead and win together. So they're going to be starting as rookies. Shaq's going to be 20, T-Mac 18, and see how far they can go together. Now they got Jordan. They got Jordan in this in this era. So is a T-Mac Shaq combination better than Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen combination? We're gonna see what happens here. Michael Jordan goes ahead and wins MVP 29, 6 and 6. Shaq gets Rookie of the Year. Steve Smith, 6th man. Seeing if any of our guys won any major awards, like the Sonics did very well. Seeing any if Shaq or Tracy McGrady. Shaq is All NBA 3rd team. I'm going to assume Tracy McGrady is probably not on, the All NBA 1st team, but not on any All NBA teams anyway. I'm curious if they made the playoffs. They did not make the playoffs. Okay, so they are both rookies at this point. Let's see how well or how bad they did anyway. So they only won 23 games together. I am curious as to how they performed together. Obviously, Shaq, he got Rookie of the Year. He averaged 25 and 11. Tracy McGrady, 13, 6 and 5. So not bad. Injuries are turned on just because I want to try to make it realistic. Shaq played 75 games and Tracy McGrady played 65 games. So injuries are going to be a factor. No playoffs for these two in year one, but hey, they got about eight seasons or so before the Jordan era is over. We'll get to the 2000s and we'll see how well they do. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and simulate this year's playoffs, see who wins the championship. Is it going to be the Bulls? Is it going to be like the Blazers? It is going to be the Bulls. So Jordan is showing why he is the GOAT so far. So we're going to get on to next season and we'll see what happens. Well, they actually should be getting a a lottery pick, right? So let's see if that if they get the number 1 pick. Well, they're slated to get the number 2 pick. Let's see what happens. They get the number 1 pick. Okay, who is in this draft? If they get the number 1 pick, I'm just make sure they get the best player. I don't want them doing anything stupid. Chris Webber, Penny. Chris Webber is a beast in this game. He really is. I'm gonna get Chris Webber for this Orlando Magic team, and that probably does it. This team is slated to do really, really good things here. I'm just saying. So we don't really need another pout. Scott Burrow. All right, Scott, we're gonna give you a chance not to get bullied by Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. You'll be starting your career with Tracy McGrady, Shaq, and Chris Webber, and this team should go far, honestly. I'm really not doing anything else, to be honest with you. Everybody else should be good, but let's take a look at the player progression real quick and see what their team is looking like going into year 2. 88, 84, 84, 83, and Webber at 81. This is a solid squad. Tracy McGrady, Nick Anderson, they kind of overlap, but then you got Dennis Scott at small forward, but hey, it is what it is, and this team should look promising moving forward. And season 2 here, the 94 NBA season, Clyde Drexler wins MVP 27, 7 and 6. Chris Webber gets Rookie of the Year. David Robinson DPOY. Phil Jackson on the Bulls 57 wins. So honestly, I'm really trying to how does Chris Webber make All NBA 1st team as a rookie? I'm telling you, 2K loves Chris Webber for some reason. I mean, like, really love him. Chris Webber All Defensive 1st team. Is he going to be better than Shaq? All rookie first, yeah. So he's the guy apparently. Did we make the? It does. Okay, we're the 3rd seed. We are the 3rd seed. I was about to say, how did we not make the playoffs? All right, so this should be fun. We won 53 games. Yeah, I like our squad. Make sure, let's see if anyone is injured. Let's see. Shaq. Shaq is high ankle sprain, 2 to 4 weeks. So hopefully we can. He's not playing right now, but hopefully we get past that. And I do want to see. Let's see like how they did in the regular season. So Shaq 21. I mean, Chris Webber 21, Shaq 25, T-Mac 15, Dennis Scott 18, 17 for Nick Anderson. All right, so pretty much Shaq and Webber was our leading scorers. Shaq and Webber, rebounds, almost 12 a game. Assists, Tracy McGrady led the way, and Chris Webber is going to be a beast. He really is. Anyway, so we have the Charlotte Hornets in round one anyway. So they got Del Curry, Larry Johnson. All right, let's see. I think we should be able to, as they win game one. In game two, are you serious? All right, so the reason I did a simcast is because I genuinely thought this team, had championship aspirations, and but maybe Shaq being out, maybe I should have reevaluated things. I was not expecting to get swept. This team to get swept by the Charlotte Hornets. Anyway, we're going to. There's not much to do in the offseason, obviously, because we got no lottery picks. I don't believe so anyway. Magic. We are like the 22 overall pick. I'm not going to really mind ourselves too much with that. But, yeah, we're going to get to the end of the 95 season. And hopefully Shaq isn't injured and we can make a deep playoff run. We want to check out play progression before we head into the next season. Shaq's at a 92 overall. Tracy McGrady's at an 89 overall. And Chris Webber is at an 87 overall. Nick Anderson, 84. And Dennis Scott goes down to an 82, even though he's only 25 years old. It's funny, why I think this is so cool. We got all these great players together. Shaq, Tracy McGrady, and Chris Webber. And they still haven't won a championship. Injuries are going to be a factor. They're going to have to figure it out. So, we'll see what happens. They had a great record, but Shaq was injured. So it's not automatic that they're going to win. So, I'm very interested to see how this works out for them. And just like that, Chris Webber wins MVP, 22 and 12 and 6 on a team with Tracy McGrady and Shaq. Like, I'm serious. 2K loves Chris Webber. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. David Robinson continues to win DPOY. Allen Houston, most improving the Los Angeles Clippers. We won 61 games. I'm not surprised. Like, this team should be very good. Tracy McGrady, Chris Webber, all NBA first team. Shaq, all NBA second team. So if they can put it all together, Chris Webber, all defensive first team. Tracy McGrady, all defensive second team. If they can put it together, they're the first team. They should be able to finally win a championship. 61. Let's see what the Bulls. They still got Jordan and Scottie Pippen, but we got a big three. We got a monster. Let's see what's going on here with our roster. Everyone is healthy. Dennis Scott is spinal injury. He is out, so that is going to, that's going to affect a little bit, but at least it's not like one of our big three anyway. So let's take a look at how they played. So during the regular season, our leading scorers were Shaq and Webber, 25, 22. Tracy McGrady is only 20 years old, but he's at a 91. Rebounds, 12 apiece for Webber and Shaq. Tracy McGrady's almost at 8. And assists, 7.5 for T-Mac and Webber at 6. So our big three definitely holding it down. Let's see who is on this New York Knicks team. Mark Jackson, there's Penny, and Patrick Ewing. So I want to sim. There we go. No injuries. We should be able to sweep this team. There we go. And we get on to the next round. And we got Philly. Who's in Philly? Let's see. We got Hershey Hawkins, Charles Barkley, and Alonzo Mourning. All right. So honestly, this team is not on as we lose game one, tie game two. All right. Let's just because no, this is going to 7 now, I believe. We do tie it up at 2 games apiece here. Oh, gosh. All right, let's sim because one more game and we're done. So for some reason, the Philadelphia 76ers are giving us more problems than I thought they would. We take Q1, drop Q2, take Q3. And I think we're going to go ahead and force a game 7, 25-65 for Tracy McGrady. Hershey Hawkins, he led the way for Philly. But we got game 7. It's in Orlando. Let's see what happens here. We take Q1 by 14. We take Q2 by 9. And we drop Q3, but overall I think we're going to go ahead and capture. Yes, we do. 48-14 and 5 blocks for Shaq. All right, so look who we got. We got Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. So Jordan versus Nick Anderson, if you will. Scottie Pippen versus Tracy McGrady. And, you know, Horace Grant and Eric Riley are not going to be able to handle Shaq. And where is Chris Webber? Is he? Chris Webber, he must be injured. Chris Webber is injured, I believe. Torn left MCL season. Then so we got 2 starters out. So back to the original plot premise of this video. Shaq and Tracy McGrady, can y'all carry this team to a championship over Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen? That's funny. Like I said, injuries are turned on. Injuries are a real factor in basketball. So let's see. The Bulls are running away with this in game 1. 32-12 for Shaq. Tracy McGrady, you need to do a lot better. Shaq did foul out too. Michael Jordan was just doing Michael Jordan things. All right, we're down 0-1. Let's see if we can tie up this series here. It is close. Bulls come out strong in Q3. They're going to win. They're going to win by 25. 37-12 for Shaq. Tracy McGrady had a nice bounce back game, but Michael Jordan is just putting his foot on our throats at this point. All right. Game 3. We don't want to go down 0-3. We're cruising here in game 3, actually. And we're going to see if we can hold on. We do hold on. 40-16 for Shaq. And Tracy McGrady near triple-double. We're down 2-1. We're still in Orlando. If we could tie up this series, that would be great. So let's see what happens here. We drop Q1, drop Q2, drop Q3. Looks like, yeah, we're going to go down 3-1. I am confident to say Shaq had a great game. Where is Tracy McGrady? No, did he get injured? Let me see. Tracy McGrady is injured as well. Wow, that's terrible. I'm just going to... Yes, I mean, we actually won. Yeah, we're out of here. We're done. The Bulls gonna win. The Bulls do win another championship. Final MVP, Scottie Pippen. So it seems like the only thing that could get in this team's way is injuries, because talent-wise, they are the most talented team. But you know, injuries have kept this team from going the distance so far in the Jordan era. Before we head into our next season, let's take a look at player progression. Once again, Shaq is up to a 95, Tracy McGrady 94, and Chris Webber is at a 91. And all our big three is 21, 22, and 23 years old. I think they play well together. Shaq dominant, but he's a good passing big man skill. Tracy McGrady, obviously, he can rebound, he can play make, he can score, obviously. And Chris Webber, 2K loves him. He can pass, he can score, he can rebound, he can do everything. So obviously Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, these guys are declining, although they're still in their prime technically, but at least our big three is still, you know, increasing. We just wrapped up the 96 NBA season, and Shaq gets in there with an MVP, 26-15, 2-1 and 3. He might have got DPOY. KG went to the Lakers. Okay, so obviously guys like Kobe, Duncan, Garnett, they're going to start coming to the league soon. I'm interested to see how, you know, things play out for them. He got a double-double, near triple-double. What if KG and Kobe teamed up in the Kobe era? That would be crazy. Shaq, DPOY, he did get DPOY. That's what's up. 70-12 for the Orlando Magic. Shaq is injured, but at least he's just day-to-day. All-NBA first team for Shaq. Tracy McGrady, All-NBA second team. T-Mac, Shaq, all defensive first team, and I am not seeing my guy Chris Webber yet. Let's see. Is he good? Is he all right? Yep. 95, 94, 91. Shaq is just day to day. If we could just stay healthy, we should be good. 70-12, 62 wins for the Jazz with they got Chris Jackson. They got Karl Malone. John Stockton might be injured. He's right there. So I'm assuming he's injured or something. I don't know. But obviously our guys played well. But let's take a look real quick at, who our team leaders were. So 26 and 25 for Shaq and Weber. Rebounds 15 and 13 for Shaq and Weber, and assists Tracy McGrady at 8. So Tracy McGrady, not yet anyway, has exploded when it comes to scoring like we're accustomed to, but he's all around, almost averaging a triple double here in the Jordan era. This shows what kind of player he could have been, would have been there, and in that era. We got the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. So let's see who's on this team: Petrovic, Jamal Mashburn, and like just about it, unless they got someone injured. Nope. So this should be a clean sweep, assuming Shaq comes back healthy and whatnot. Yep. Miami. Let's see. Jason Kidd, Steve Smith. I mean, it's a nice team, but like I said, once again, as long as assuming we stay healthy, we should be good. Let me check our squad. They took us to 6. Everyone is still healthy. Love to see it. That's good. Let's see. We got Philly in the next round. Hersey Hawkins, Isaiah Ryder, Charles Barkley. How old is Charles Barkley? He's 33 at this point. Lonzo Mourning. This team beat us a few seasons ago, but we were young and we were injured. So I'm going to do game by game. And we're 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. I think we should be good at this point. Yeah, we do beat them. All right, and the Rockets, they got Kenny Smith and Akeem. Really just... Oh, Sean Elliott, yeah, but I don't think they're quite on our level, to be honest with you. So I think we are going to get our first championship finally. But it is 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. I think that's going to be a wrap. And, 3-2. Hey, Shaq, Tracy McGrady, and Chris Webber finally win their first championship in the 96 NBA season. And how many more championships can they win? That's the question. So our guys are pretty much in their prime at this point. Shaq's out of 96, Weber's out of 92, and Tracy McGrady's out of 94, broken kneecap. So he's probably going to be even higher than 94. Anderson, 84, Scott at 82. All right, so we like our squad, and I think we got many more championships to win. I think 5 or 6 is very reasonable. Chris Webber is back in the mix with another MVP, averaging 25, 13, and 6. That's what's up. And Iverson, Rookie of the Year in New York. Okay, I feel like Iverson and with the Knicks, that would have been fun. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, 6-man, and Minnesota. DPOY for Alonzo Mourning. Corey Zero, is his last name just Zero? Oh, all right, interesting. Most improved. And 77 wins for this Orlando Magic team. Crazy. So we got Tracy McGrady and Chris Webber, all NBA first team. We have, that's it for all NBA first team. T-Mac and Chris Webber, all defensive first team. All right, that's what's up. So we are first. I'm assuming we're just first in the entire NBA. And the Sixers are doing very well as they got a nice team. They got a solid team. All right, so 68 wins for them. I guess they're going to be the team we got to get past. If we meet up, something could happen. Shaq broken vertebrae, 1 to 2 weeks. So I'm assuming he's been injured for a while because broken vertebrae, you kind of out for a long time. Back spasm for Dennis Scott. And Chris Webber's actually broken nose. So broken nose is not terrible. All right, so let's see how we do. Hopefully we can pass this Atlanta Hawks team with Charles Sprewell, Joe Smith, Yagauskas, a young Yagauskas, I'm assuming. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. We should hopefully get past them. We take game 1, game 2. Not game 3, but we're up 2-1, and they tied up 2-2. And oh my goodness, this is what I'm talking about. 77-win team, but injuries have robbed us. Tracy McGrady, man. I mean, yeah, that did it. We can't have two out of 3 of our big guys out. Not big guys, but big 3 out. And Chris Webber still dealing with a broken nose. All right, so that's it for us, unfortunately. Philly does win the championship. Like I was saying, we didn't, actually run up against them just because we lost in the first round. Injuries. All right, so hopefully we just don't get injured anymore and we'll be able to win. But injuries are turned on. It's part of the season. It's part of the journey. Taking a look at player progression, 95 for T-Mac, 95 for Shaq, and 93 for Weber. 23, 24, and 25 years old. Anderson and Scott, 84 and 81. And, it's really about that big three. If they can stay healthy, chip. If they're not healthy, first round exit. So we'll see what happens in terms of health is really the big thing. Shaq is in the mix with another MVP, 25 and 15. Close to 3 blocks a game, so he might have got DPOY. Tim Duncan, a rival of Shaq from the Kobe era anyway, 2000s, gets Rookie of the Year. And with the Blazers, we have Ron Harper, 6-man with the Clippers. Shaq did get DPOY. Pedro Stojakovic most improved. And 76 wins for the Orlando Magic. That's not even the story. The story is healthy. The story is health with this team. T-Mac, Chris Webber, Shaq, all NBA first team. Like, that's your big three. But it doesn't mean anything if they're not healthy. Kobe, all NBA third team in the East with the Indiana Pacers. Love it. Kobe's my favorite player. But this video is about Tracy McGrady, Chris Webber, and Shaq, who are all defensive first team here. But once again, it means nothing if they're not healthy. So let's take a look at who are the other key teams. 76 wins for Orlando, 61 for the Warriors. Tim Hardaway. Really, that's it. I'm surprised that they won that many games. Let's take a look at our squad. Hopefully, we're just healthy. We stay healthy. We are healthy. Dennis Scott, he's discolated left patella, so he's done. We're not gonna get anything out of Scott, so he's done. All right, and we have the Boston Celtics in the first round. D. Brown, Reggie Lewis, Grant Hill, Karl Malone, and Ben Wallace. How is Karl Malone at this point? He's 34. They got a young Ben Wallace. That's an interesting team. That is. Reggie Lewis, 32. D. Brown, 29. So it's a little bit of an older team. 25 for Grant Hill. Anyway, let's see. What year are we? 99 or so? I'm going to simulate the round because I feel we should be able to beat them no problem. We do. Are we still healthy? Chris Webber, right knee tendonitis. So we may or may not beat this team just because Chris Webber is out now. Kendall Gill, Larry Johnson, Hakeem, older Hakeem at this point. We'll do game by game. We take game 1, game 2, 2-1. All right. 3-1. All right, I feel like we got this. Ooh, we won the 6. Atlanta's the team that won 61 games. Gary Payton. I don't remember seeing Gary Payton on this team. Latrell Sprewell, Aaron Nubo, Joe Smith, the Gauskas, Kevin Willis. All right, so nice team. Is anyone injured? No, but I'm pretty sure this team won 61 games, if I'm not mistaken. No, 52. So it must. Oh, the Warriors won 61. All right. So, is Chris Webber's probably still injured, of course. He is, but 46 week knee tendonitis. Let's see if we can get past them and make our way to the championship once again. That Warriors team does concern me a little bit. We do make it, and we actually got the Nuggets in the first round. Let's see the first round in the finals. Let's see who we got. Daniel Marshall, Mutombo, Doug Christie. No one. This might be an easy chip for us, even with Chris Webber out. So we take 1-0, 2-0. I think this should be a win. 3-1. Yeah, there it is. We went in 5. All right, so Shaq, Finals MVP, 26 and 17. Finals MVP. We do get it done, and we're doing well. Let's take a look at NBA history up to this point. MVPs, 4 straight for this Orlando match between Shaq and Chris Webber. 2 championships. We just finished the 98 season, and we got 2 chips. So Shaq Finals MVP for both. Let's see if we can get some more chips because, other than injuries, I see no reason why not. Player progression, T-Mac 95, Shaq 95, and Weber 92. We see Dennis Scott is still recovering from his discolated left patella, so that is a very serious injury. But our team is still very much goated, and I think we can run away with these next couple of years if we just stay healthy. Chris Webber gets another MVP, 25 and 15 and 5. I'm wondering if Tracy McGrady's ever going to get in the mix with MVPs. Dirk went to Utah with Rookie of the Year. David Robinson, DPOY. That's another one for him. 71 wins for this team. Atlanta, 55. All right, that's what's up. So at this point, we know Weber, Shaq, and T-Mac, they're gonna do their things. With all of these teams, they are first in the East. Let's see who else. No one else is really, in the mix too much. And the big thing is health. Are we healthy? Tracy McGrady broke in those 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, that's not terrible. Shaq and Weber are healthy. Nick Anderson, discolated right patella. What's with these patellas? Anyway, let's see. We got Boston. We did play Boston in the first round a few seasons ago. Let's see. D. Brown, Reggie Lewis, same team. In the 8th, they're still in the 8th seed though. All right, we take game 1, take game 2. We dropped game 3. We take game 4. So I do think this is going to be a win for us. It is a win. I keep forgetting it's 5 games there. Whoa, what am I doing? We almost lose to Charlotte. Almost. And that was a team that beat us a few seasons ago. Larry Johnson, Kurt Thomas. I don't think Kurt Thomas was on the team at the time. Older Hakeem Olajuwon at this point. All right, we are playing the Miami Heat. Who's on Miami? Jason Kidd, Steve Smith, Glenn Rice, Antonio Dice, Bimbo Coles. All right, so is everybody healthy though? Everybody's healthy. I love it. I like it. All right, so there should be I want to say easy one for us to be honest. Although we lose game 2, we do get game 3, game 4. Can we close it out? No. Hey, we win in 6. All right, that's what's up. We got the Warriors. All right, so Tim Hardaway, Billy Owens, Chris Mullins, and that's really it. Not a crazy team. And looks like Weber might be injured. Yes, broken left toe, 1 to 2 weeks. Thankfully, this Warriors team isn't so strong. So I do think we should be able to beat them even without Weber. We're up 3-0, and we do win. We do sweep. All right, Shaq was dominant. Wow, 32-16. That's crazy. And we get another chip. And that might be 2 in a row for us. Yeah, that's back to back. That's what's up. Shaq continues to get a Finals MVP for all of them. So, hey, we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this to see what happens. And what's the age of these guys? These guys are 25, 26, and 27, so very much still in their prime. And I'm just really curious to see what happens here. Crazy because they're playing so well, but I mean, they got them going down. 94, 93, 91 for our big 3. Nick Anderson's at 83. Dennis Scott, even with his injuries, he's still holding the 80 overall. So that's what's up. And I mean, I don't see any team being even close to being able to compete with us. That's a solid big 3. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm gonna skim the league real quick to see. Memphis got an okay team. Atlanta's all right. Miami's all right. Let me see. New York is okay. LA's okay. But yeah, we got a crazy. Most teams got like a solid big 2. You know what I mean? Kobe, Chauncey Billups, but 3 strong 90s is just not happening around the league. Duncan, Sean Elliott. Yeah, I just don't see anyone being able to compete with us, unfortunately. All right, so we're going to get to the end of this season and see if we can continue to win. Just wrapped up the 2000 season, and Chris Webber gets an MVP, another one, 21 and 13 and 6. Ginobili goes to Detroit, gets Rookie of the Year. Odom, 6-man in Sacramento. Shaq, DPOY. Paul Pierce, most improved in Houston. 73 wins for Orlando, 61 for Miami. Florida, the state of Florida really did well when it came to basketball this year. Let's see who else did well. Let's see. All right, 73 wins, 63 wins, and for 63 for Washington, 61 for Miami. Who's in Washington? Peja. I mean, all right, that's crazy. Is our team healthy? 94, 92, Tracy McGrady, ruptured right Achilles. He's done. So it's unlikely that we're gonna win a championship without Tracy McGrady. Can we make a deep playoff run? Sure. But it's unlikely that we're going to go ahead and win the chip, especially when we got Miami in the second round, who won 61 games. I doubt it's going to happen. We win at 7. Now we got Washington, who won 63 wins with Peja. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Okay, we're winning. Is Tracy McGrady back? Is he healthy or something? No, he's still out. But Shaq and Weber are playing very, very well, and they got shooters around them. So, who is on Minnesota? Michael Finley. No one crazy. Vin Baker, Juwan Howard. All right. So, honestly, I feel like if we beat those teams, we should beat this team. We do beat them. And Chris Webber, Finals MVP. That's what's up. All right. So, we just wrapped up the 2000 season, and I think that's going to be our last season as Chris Webber and Shaq just dominated the MVP. Let me see, Chris Webber had 3, 4. Shaq had 2 MVPs. This team won 4 championships. Injuries really, kept them from winning more, honestly. But 4 is pretty good in the Jordan era, I would say. Honestly, we could have probably gone more, but I'm assuming that they're going to win. And, it's going to be the same thing. But, hey, this was probably the most impressive because they won without Tracy McGrady, who was out with her right Achilles injury. But, guys, let me know your thoughts, and we'll catch you on the next video.